Alright, we're back. We're launching up King's Quest 2. And we'll see how the game is. Get back offline. I said 1 minute and I did it in less than 30 seconds. That's funny. Alright. Yeah, AGD Interactive. I'm so happy that these guys exist. That they made this game. Hell yes. So in King's Quest 1 that we just played yesterday, we are Sir Graham. Now, we were sired. Or knighted? We were a knight, but now we're the king. So we are King Graham of Daventry. This is a point-and-click adventure game. It's an old game from Sierra. And basically, this is a remake of it. The original game would have been done in EGA graphic styling. I don't know if there was an SCI remake, but then now this is a VGA remake. So basically, the graphics are better than what they were when the game was first released. So AGD Interactive, this is a free game that you can download. AGD Interactive has a few of these free games that they've remastered, re-envisioned, whatever you want to call it. So I have never played this VGA remake, but this is our castle, Castle Daventry. The games take really only an hour or two to beat. They're really pretty quick. I'm going to use a walkthrough because I think just being stuck in a point-and-click adventure game for hours and hours and hours is boring as fuck to watch. So, yeah. King's Quest 4, old school Sierra. Yeah, well, I'm gonna play through. There I am.
Your Majesty.
Yes?
King Graham?
Oh, yes, Minister,
Gervain, sire.
Of course. My apologies, Gervain.
Not necessary, Your Majesty.
Yeah,
After all,
Redskin.
I've been your security and defense minister for but a short while.
Yes. Where did you say you were from again?
Just some small, insignificant land to the far south. Pales greatly in comparison to your realm, my lord.
Ah, do you have something to report?
As a matter of fact, my liege, there's a small concern regarding the duty shifts of some of the castle guards and of the countryside patrols. Also, we are expecting our armed entourage from our nearest neighbor to return within the week. And there is the matter of an alliance with... my liege?
My apologies again, Minister Gervain.
I'm falling asleep because he's so boring.
As I was saying, there is the matter of an alliance with Vesperia. They've become a strong nation now, and it may be prudent to show our willingness to support them, lest they decide we are more of a hindrance than a help.
Does the king there have any daughters who've come of age?
I do not believe so, sire. As for the security arrangements for the royal ball held last week, I do believe the evening went by very smoothly. I dare say just about every princess in this region attended, and not one lost slipper, to coin a phrase.
Please.
It's a Dell G-Sync monitor. It's a 27-inch. The model is down in my PC specs on Twitch.
Go over your plans for today, my lord.
This is a $600 monitor, and it's fucking phenomenal, and I love G-Sync.
Oh, forgive me once again. I am afraid that my mind wanders.
It's not $600 anymore, though.
I wonder if my predecessor experienced times like these.
No doubt. Though I did not know King Edward the Benevolent personally.
I love
understand
G-Sync
he
shit.
wasn't happy and
Yeah,
astute
primary
man
monitor.
during
Yep.
his married life, before his wife passed away, that is. If I may be so bold, perhaps my lord is feeling that certain rooms in his castle are somewhat sparsely filled. The throne room, for example. And other rooms that serve but a single soul, like your dining room and your bed chambers.
Dang! He's calling me the fuck out.
Perhaps, but I do fear I've met no such candidates that would fill the rooms you have mentioned.
You should not lose heart, your majesty. If you pause to reflect for but a moment, you may see clearly what is hidden to others.
I strongly recommend a G-Sync monitor. I really dig this one. This is a really good monitor. The only thing I would say is that I don't need 144 hertz. Because nothing I'm playing with a 1080 Ti, the hybrid, is hitting 144 hertz on ultra settings anyways. At 1440 resolution. Yeah, you gotta. I would get this monitor and like a step lower that isn't 144 hertz just to save the money.
If you pause to reflect for but a moment. Not that you've been
32.
doing much else lately.
That'll be
For
pricey.
many weeks now, you've been reflecting over the direction.
I
your
can't
life
use it.
has
I don't need
taken.
any bigger monitor. I can't. 27's
While
perfect.
Daventry
I
has
sit
prospered under your
right here.
wise
My hand is
leadership,
touching the
so far your
monitor, so
existence has been a
I'm one arm away
dreadfully
from it.
lonely one. Wait, the mirror is changing.
Already,
As you
sometimes I have to do
watch,
this to
you
look
begin
into the
see a
corners.
series of images, though you struggle to fathom their meaning.
32 for editing makes
You
sense.
recognize the landscape. It is Kalima, a land not far from Daventry.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's so cool that they did this FMV right here. That is so neat. King's Quest 2 is from like 1985 or something. And the fact they remastered it with these kinds of graphics, this is like PS1 type graphics, you know? This is awesome. Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, obviously, I think you appreciate it, Glider. I think, yeah, it obviously doesn't do shit compared to the stuff that's out today, but very neat to see on King's Quest 2. Such an old game. Bro! Look at that cleavage! King's Quest 2's got cleavage in it! Oh my god. Oh my god. I think, is that Rosella? Oh, he's in love now. He says, what's up?
You see the most beautiful woman you have ever set eyes upon.
Hell yeah, man.
Somehow you can feel her sadness and her intense desire to leave that place. She is a prisoner in that tower.
I'm gonna try and go get up in them guts.
Did you find what you were looking for, sire?
I require my ship ready for transport. I shall be going on a trip presently.
Indeed. Where shall I tell the captain you'll be heading?
To Kalima. I have to find someone.
I see. Well, if you must go, it is my duty to ensure that you leave prepared. Arm yourself, sire. I hear Kalima is not the safe haven it once was.
Of course. I shall take the sword of the first king, as is my right.
A wise precaution, sire.
As is my right.
And, if I may be so brash to ask, who might you be seeking?
If all goes well, my bride.
Dang. I wish it was that easy. Maybe that's why I'm not married, because I haven't gone on a ship to a faraway land to rescue a girl out of a tower yet. I barely remember this game. I played it years ago, and I barely remember it. Hey, we pushed a witch into a cauldron in the first game. That's why you're not married.
Sister Agatha,
How may I be of
Oh yeah, it's the first
an
witch's.
opportunity has arisen, sister. I trust you still have your captive held securely away.
Gotta go on a quest.
Of course.
A bit
A journey.
keeping her locked away like that. Do you not think?
No. How dare she flaunt her beauty in front of all
Voice
to see?
actors in King's Quest 2. Come on.
Foolish
How
men
fucking cool is
admire
this?
her And forget that I was the most beautiful of all in my day.
And in your own special way, you are still beautiful.
You devil!
That is not an unfair description.
Now, you mentioned a service, I believe.
Yes. The King of Daventry has advised his faithful minister that he shall be departing for Kalima presently. On a quest, you might say.
Really? What kind?
The kind that involves sticking his neck out to rescue a damsel in distress.
And what have I to do with his neck?
Put simply, my dear, sever it.
Alright, we got a witch that already knows we're coming. She's gonna fuck us up. Yes, let's go.
A day's journeying from Daventry has found you by the shores of Kalima. Your ship, the Grand Thithor, and its crew have deposited you and will return the day after tomorrow. Hopefully, this will give you enough time to locate.
Oh, so what? You guys couldn't even stick around? Okay. Whoops, hold on a sec. There we go. We have to click on the ladder? There we go. Yeah, to go back out here to get the net.
A net has been... You need to...
I can't wait to play some more Space Quest. Like I might have to kill the shit out of some Quest games here soon. Just rip through them. Like it's so easy for me just to rip through them like real quick with a walkthrough or whatever, and like based on the fact that I played them before and everything.
You untangle the net from the pylon and take it with you.
And I just love playing these old games so much. And it like I think it's really cool to like make an archive of them on my YouTube. I really like the idea of that. Just so I can see where I'm at like a year from now. I think we'll have to use the arrow keys a little bit. So yeah, glider, is that what open back means? Is that the backs of the earpieces are open so they're not like noise canceling or whatever? I've got those Sennheisers pulled up.
There is a sizable... When you peer into the hole of the pine tree, you see a mallet lying there. You pick it up and take it with you.
Sweet.
It is likely that this haystack was piled here by farmers from the town. A faded blue sheet has been tightly stretched across it to prevent the straw from blowing away in the wind.
Hey!
What? Who said that?
I did!
Huh?
I'm down here, in the hay!
Oh. Well, who are you?
My name is,
Yes?
I can't seem to remember.
Well then, what are you?
Oh, I'm,
Yes?
Can't seem to remember that either.
Well, what are you doing in this haystack?
That's easy. I was looking for... Oh.
You can't remember.
No. Sorry.
How long have you been in there?
Let's see. It couldn't be longer than...
Yes?
3, maybe 4 weeks?
Weeks?
Yep.
Pardon me for saying, but you sound as if you have a bit of a cold.
Yes. It's all this hay. It's giving me hay fever.
You see a man bending over the fountain. He appears to be trying to retrieve something from it.
Aha! Got him.
A tall statue of a man stands prominently at the entrance of town. It looks to have been placed here quite a number of years ago. The statue bears a plaque which reads, Count Kaldor, ruler and protector of Kolyma. The merchant has a distinct
Greetings, merchant.
Ah, to you, good day. Shh. A visitor arrived new, no? A sense I possess for these things. Need you have for my wares of great specialty?
Perhaps. But first, I'm curious. Where did you come by such a pumpkin?
Eyes quite keen, nephew. Indeed, a specimen unique it is.
Be quiet.
The gift of speech among plants so rare, yes?
Quite so. Are you planning to sell it?
Sell? Never would I sell such a thing as this.
It'll make me incredibly rich.
I mean, entrusted it was to my care. Watch over it, I must.
Forget it. I'm not taking you back to that patch. So pipe down.
Pardon?
Ah, of importance I speak not. Trouble to your ears I meant none.
The door to the library is closed, but not locked.
May I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to enrich my knowledge of this fair land by way of perusing your historical texts.
My, that was well put.
No.
Not terribly effective, though.
Pardon me, perhaps I was not clear?
You were.
Then may I?
No.
Why can't I?
You are not a member.
Well then, can I become a member?
No.
Why can I not become a member?
We already have far too many members. It's difficult to keep track of everything.
How many members are there?
2.
If I may inquire, who are your 2 members?
You may not. Neither the Count of Kolyma nor the elderly gentleman who lives next door would approve of my divulging that information to you.
Ah, thank you anyway. You mentioned that the Count of Kolyma is a member of this library.
Yes.
Have you seen him recently?
The librarian looks at you strangely.
No.
Is there any way I might meet the Count?
Yes.
How?
Die.
I would have to die to meet the Count?
Depends.
On what?
Your importance.
And if I am important?
Then you might be fortunate enough to be buried on his estate.
Who is buried on the Count's estate?
Counts.
Aha. Past Counts, of course. Anyone else?
Yes.
Who?
Him.
Pardon? Do you mean the Count is dead?
The librarian decides to avoid your gaze and seems disinclined to speak further with you on the subject. The librarian seems...
Oh, that's funny.
A large grandfather clock sits against the wall. It seems to keep good time. The clock indicates that it is morning. You glance at the titles on this shelf, revealing the truth about seeing unicorns and something about oneself in the process. Presumably, these pull-out drawers can... There appears to be a sign on the... The door is plain and has a mail slot. It also has... You also notice something sticking out from under the door. Making sure that no one is watching, you slide your thin blade under the door and draw out what appears to be a letter. You open the letter and read it. Dear applicant, please find enclosed the library membership card to which you are now entitled. The 5-year application process has concluded, and we are pleased to inform you that your status as a member of the town library is confirmed. Welcome to an exclusive group of patrons. Yours sincerely, Town Librarian. P.S. Please sign your name on the card to ensure validation. It is as simple. You quickly grab the quill while the librarian isn't looking and sign your name on the blank library card. You replace the quill before the librarian notices it missing.
Will you accept this?
Yes, you are younger than I expected.
I eat well and get a lot of exercise.
I see.
So, what do I do now?
Borrow.
You mean I can take books from this library?
No.
Oh.
Yes?
Could you recommend a good book?
There.
The librarian has placed the book on the... This book is entitled Kalima, Perfect One Day, Better the Next. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt. This book is in... You have not...
This afternoon, I should probably go get a piece of pizza. Get pizza. BRB getting pizza. on. Like my BRB page. I got my cheesy bread. Wow. Pasta and fries. Knocked yourself out at work. What is that? You just mean you were just like tired, like sleepy time?
This pumpkin is somewhat larger than the others in the patch.
Yep.
You look for a nice, large pumpkin to take from the patch.
I woke up on the couch
Hey, watch it.
yesterday.
Oh, sorry. I was not aware you could talk.
Yesterday morning, I woke up.
Anyway, be careful.
I didn't realize that I fell asleep on the
You're
couch.
spoiling the good soil by standing so close. And I got 8 kids to feed.
You glance at the smaller pumpkins. These must be her children.
I only count 7.
Yeah, well, I had 8. Then some strange man who spoke even stranger came by. He claimed to be a horticle. Claimed to know a bit about plants. I let him take a look at my little garden. Anyway,
A horticulturalist?
before I knew it, he'd gone and pinched one of my babies. Took off towards the town, he did. I thought the naive. Just because we're plants doesn't mean we don't deserve any respect.
I am sure that is true.
I mean, I've fallen asleep on the couch a couple times, and then like I have to I wake up and I'm like, it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to go to bed. I mean, I try not to.
Pardon me for asking, but how did you come by the ability to talk?
Try not to fall asleep anywhere but bed.
Like that, I might ask you the same.
I was only...
I don't take it personal. That old witch Agatha cast a spell on me so I could guide her precious possessions.
Hagatha?
Yeah, she's the old bag who lives in that cave to the west. You know her type. Green warts, pointed ears, cannibalistic, doesn't bring trash out. Just your stereotypical evil old crown.
She sounds pleasant. You mentioned something about guarding Hagatha's precious possessions.
At least, what she considers precious. I reckon they're anything but. Mind you, I have my doubts about Hagatha's legitimate ownership of this stuff. If you know what I mean.
What sorts of items does Hagatha wish you to guard?
What's up, Invisible? How you doing, bud?
Vanities. All useless in my opinion. But what would I know?
We did King's Quest 1 yesterday. So we're doing King's Quest 2 today. It should only take 2 hours or so, I'm guessing.
My name is Graham. What is yours?
Possum. That is what my grandma calls me. She is not at all well these days. I was collecting flowers for her, but now I cannot anymore.
Why is that?
My basket is missing. I've looked everywhere for it. It must be around here somewhere.
I will keep my eye out for it.
Thank you, Graham.
Repressing the...
I was wondering, could you tell me anything about this land?
You mean Kalima? There is a town to the northeast, and a church not far south of that. Grandma and I live in a house near the beach. You should not enter the swamp to the north. It is said to be influenced by magic. Many have easily lost their way in there, and finding your way out again is difficult.
Thank you, Possum. Excuse me, Possum?
Yes, Graham.
Is there any way at all through this swamp?
I do not know, but I did see someone walking out of there not long ago. He was writing something in a book as he walked.
Who was that?
A monk from the church.
A monk?
You mentioned that your grandma is not well. What ails her?
I'm not sure, but I think it gives her sad dreams. While she sleeps, sometimes she talks out loud. Sometimes I listen to her. No, do not
Kick her and
leave me,
run.
she says. At first, I thought she was speaking to me. I would go over to her, but she would not notice me. Then I realized it was a dream. I think she misses the person she talks to in her sleep. And then there's the scary dreams.
You mentioned that your grandma had scary dreams. What are these dreams about?
Bats.
Bats?
Eldon
In her
Solo
sleep, she
is the man.
screams with fright, as if a bat is chasing her, or she's being hurt by one. Then she'll say something like, "Blue light is the bat's true bane," over and over.
Blue light? What does she mean?
I've asked her this, but she just shakes her head and will not speak of it.
Thank you, Possum. I wish your grandma a swift recovery.
Thank you, Graham. I will speak of you to her.
You have nothing more to say.
Alright. I'm gonna just... Alright. Say a little hi to Don Solo there. Alright, so... we're supposed to be able to walk around until we find a basket. Walk around the forest until you find a basket.
The beautiful blue lake.
Hey, I just wanted people to know. Like, hey, I was gone from the stream for a minute. Looking for a basket. We're looking for a basket. Looking for a basket. A tisket, a tasket. We're looking for a basket. Top 10 greatest save titles of all time. Can we go north on the beach further? Hello, mate. What's a backyard again? Is that what you're gonna tell me? You're gonna say, it's the opposite of a front yard? Why? What does that mean? I don't know how to take that. Greatest and creepiest show of all time? Dude. Nobody's ever fucking heard of Backyardigans. How could I have not heard of that? It was like a horror show? Dang. Glad with the Gun had to come out and be like, I know what that is. I watch TV all the time. I watch movies all the time. I never heard of no Backyardigan. We need to go over here. Oh! Is it like a kid's show? Maybe that's why. Oh, it's a kid's show. Oh, well, yeah, come on. Why the fuck would I watch a kid's show? I'm single. I ain't got no kids. I'm 32. I wouldn't watch it on my own. You know? The greatest show of all time. Alright. Backyardigan. Dude! How the fuck is that not a kid's show? It was on Nick Jr. That's a kid's show. Genre, children. Better than The Walking Dead. Hold on a second. It ain't a kid's show. It's the greatest show of all time, and it's better than The Walking Dead. You're gonna compare the Backyardigans to Walking Dead? Are you on drugs? It's not anywhere close to the same genre at all. Nobody would ever argue that you can compare the two because Walking Dead is not a kid's show. And I would definitely not say that Walking Dead is the greatest show of all time.
I've run into an evil enchanter.
Did you see? That fool was coming after me. Backyardigans are creepier than zombies. I mean, I feel like that's gonna have to be an opinion, right?
You take.
Like, okay, so we go north, west, west, northwest, west, north, 3 wests. North 4 wests. And 2 more norths. North, 4 west. So it's south, south, 5. Yeah, okay.
You hand the basket to Possum.
Thank you, kind sir. Please take this flower. I'm afraid it's all I have to give you.
It is more than enough. I noticed that you have picked only yellow flowers.
Of course. Is it not customary for one to pick yellow flowers for another who's gravely ill?
Certainly it is. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, Possum.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Barney's where it's at. That's another kid's show. Aren't you like 16 or something, Invisible? I mean, it makes sense that, yeah, the show came out 12 years ago. You'd have been like 4-ish or so. This is the most trashiest show of all time. They sing too much. That's funny. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I've never seen it. I don't have a damn clue about the show. I'm just saying is you're telling me you want to move to Mars because I don't know about a kid's show.
Pick it up.
Come on, dude. I blow shit up for a living. I'm single with no kids. I live alone. I play video games. I watch a lot of porn and adult TV shows and adult movies. I do not do anything that would ever get me to know anything about no backyardigans. The show ended in 2010, but the review was last week. I love it.
You open the clam.
That's
and
awesome.
To your surprise, a dazzling.
Okay, but why is it a? Okay, but why is it? It was just a good show to watch when you were a kid. Is that what you mean? Like when I was a kid, I watched. I was too old for Barney. I missed that one. My brother liked Barney though. My younger brother, 6 years younger than me, he kind of hit Barney just fine. I was more into like. Mostly, I would say like X-Men, Batman, and like Ninja Turtles cartoons are like a big thing. Like what I remember watching when I was a kid. I watched a little bit of Dragon Ball Z. Trying to think if I like what else pops up to me as a kid. But like when I was like 6 though, like my parents had like a bunch of like old. Like, what was it? Kid songs. I remember watching a bunch of old like kid songs, like video, like movies, whatever. Like like the old shit, like Mary-Kate and Ashley type stuff. I didn't watch the Mary-Kate and Ashley's. My sister, I remember, had a bunch of them. But there was like those old like straight to DVD or straight to VHS movies that came out. I remember we had like a bunch of those, and there was a lot of cartoons. I watched like a lot of like Donald Duck and stuff too. Care Bears and Rainbow Bright. I didn't watch any Care Bears, but I knew there's a review 5 days ago. That's funny. I was only fucking with you guys wholly, though I kind of just want to go read these reviews. 2 people found this review helpful. I mean, dude, if you like the show, you like the show. I'm not making fun of the show, and I'm not making fun of you for liking the show. All I'm saying is you can't make fun of me for not hearing the damn thing. That's my contention. But like I was a little bit like too old for Pokemon. Like my brother got into Pokemon. Like when Pokemon first came out, my brother was like the right age for it. And I say too old with air quotes because
this is the first time you have ever set eyes upon one, which isn't surprising. The postal system won't be invented for another few centuries to come. The residents of this land must either possess clairvoyance or just simply be ahead of their time.
This is what I love about Sierra games. Like you look at it and you're like, oh, you're playing a kid's game. No, like it's meant for adults. I love this shit. Yeah, so what I was gonna say was The reason I use like air quotes is because I know there's like a bunch of people my age and older that dig on Pokemon. I just never got into it because my brother was into it, so I thought that was like.
Mailbox. Inside there is, incredibly, a letter addressed to the resident. You decide to leave it in there. A card has been dropped in it also. You read it.
I think I watched a lot of like the Nickelodeon stuff though. Like, what was the one like Double Dare, and like there was one where like they searched through like a tomb. It was like a jungle, like a. I think they're actually like re-releasing it. That TV show that I'm thinking of. Old kid show with a tomb. It was Secrets of Nickelodeon's Hidden Temple. Yeah, Hidden Temple. I remember watching that. That was a show that I watched. I like the Thornberries. The Rugrats. Rugrats were pretty cool. Thornberries were pretty cool. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. Your past saves have been Girl 2, Girl, and Pearls. What's on your mind, man? You motherfucker. Flicking the pearl, baby. Hey, baby. What the shit? My dad just sat on our couch and it broke. Ooh, God, be careful. Like, don't die. I hope he's okay. Be careful of, like, nails and shit and, like, bolts and exposed framework. Don't fucking get hurt, guys. I was super into Pokemon. Watched it every day after school, too, because it was on when I got home. Grew up on Nick 2. Speak of Olmec. Ah, yeah, you know it. Rocco's Modern Life, yes. And Beavis and Butthead. And, Ren and Stimpy. Doug. Yeah. Yeah, that was my jam, dude. Pokemon, like I said, I think it was just because my brother saw it. But also, it's a little bit too anime-ish for me. You know, it's a little bit too Japanese for me. All right. From dusk till dawn.
You replace the card
And
close the
repent your sins before the final hour. That's funny. Mayonnaise, two Japans. What? What are you talking? Mayonnaise? Mayonnaise. What the fuck are you talking about, Glider? What, are you crazy? Alright. Two Japanese.
You attempt to open the door, but find it is locked.
Oh, Patty Mayonnaise!
Labored breathing inside, and decide against causing any further disturbance.
Come on, I'm not even high, man. I don't remember the mayonnaise thing, though. Mayonnaise? Was that like her nickname or some shit?
This large fallen log, this stump.
Oh,
you peer
yeah.
into the depths of the dark hole.
I don't
As
remember
you
that,
look down,
bud.
You discover a beautiful set of earrings hidden inside. Each one is laced with glittering diamonds and contains a lovely blue sapphire stone in the center. Perhaps someone stashed them here. At any rate, you take them into your possession.
Alright. Oh my god, what are you guys gonna do here? Okay, continue.
3 gold coins shimmer in a nearby patch of grass. You notice a thick rope dangling loosely against the trunk of the tree. Upon closer inspection, you see that the rope actually runs away from the tree and into the thick grass on the forest floor.
This is obviously a trap.
This is obviously a trap.
Alright. Girl 2, pearls, earrings, trap! That's an interesting story right there, Glider. It's an interesting story.
Dost thou truly wit?
Oh, shit.
Dost thou...
Well, I'm not much of a songwriter. When I'm thinking about Patty, well, song just comes out. Like this one I was working on today. Patty, you're the pickle on my coleslaw. Patty, you're the sugar on my tea. Patty, you're the relish on my hot dog. And Patty, you're the mayonnaise for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Patty, you're the mayonnaise for me.
Yeah, I don't recall that, but it ain't like I played it like a million times or anything, you know. He has a Tupac profile picture. Peter. Why? Tupac's dead, yo. Alright, let's pick it back up. Let's pick it back up. Tupac profile picture. Tupac. He uploads that. I love how much you love that. I need to go cook up some more pizza, though. I want Tupac to be remembered.
Pulling on the rope would undoubtedly trigger the trap, and then you'd be snared. You're not exactly sure what this particular trap does to its victims, but you're certain that allowing them to escape again isn't the answer.
Here, we're gonna grab the gold shit here so we can get trapped. Boink!
Oh no, you've been caught in a trap. Whoever set it will probably return soon.
It's probably the fucking witch, huh? Oh shit! It's a little gnome.
Ah, marvelous. What a catch. I feel like a bit of target practice.
There are safer ways to trigger a trap.
Or didn't you notice it? Alright, let's go ahead and cut the damn rope. Shoink. Grab the coinsies.
As you pick up the gold coins, they suddenly turn dark. Now they resemble ordinary metal. Wait a minute. This isn't gold, it's fool's gold.
Oh man, you got me. Scottish gnome effort. He's pretty Scottish. Boy, I feel like a bit of target practice. If you're scared, go to church.
You have come to the Church of Kalima. It is said that all are welcome, and that the monks living here often help those in need. The door appears to be barred from the inside. The church must not be open at this time.
Fine. Now we can go get the damn pumpkin because this fool over here was... Remember he was digging coins or something out of the fountain so we can throw our fool's gold in the fountain and he'll go in there and get it. And we can grab the damn pumpkin. Go grab the damn pumpkin. Eldon Solo. Invisible. You follow Eldon Solo? I'm gonna go heat up a piece of pizza for me real quick because I had my pizza bread. Now I'm gonna have my pizza. Alright, we back. We back. Come on. Never heard of them, to be honest. Eldon Solo. You should go follow him. He was here earlier. And he's cool. He's part of the group. He's part of the Duke Money group. That's like Zaphod, Kenzie Louie, and Invisible, and Glider with the Gun, and Winston Mars. Mixed Signal, and YOLO, and Baron, and you should totally go check him out. Shout out it's Eldon Solo. EL_DON_SOLO. I think you should go check him out. He's a super nice guy. And he plays a lot of different kinds of games. And he's a friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine. I like him a lot. I'm playing. He's playing out OG Mega Man.
Again shines the instant the coins leave your hand. The merchant has a distinct.
Three coins in the fountain.
What? Let me see.
YOLO was being a little goofy last night. I was like trying to get him to not do that. I mean, I get, like, he doesn't understand what he's doing. You know, the big concept there is that you don't go to somebody's stream and say, hey, come to my stream. You don't do that. Like, you come to my stream, you let me know you're a streamer. Okay, cool. Like, keep hanging out. Maybe someday I'll raid you. I'll hang out with you. I'll talk with you. Go to your stream, that kind of stuff. But, like, if YOLO wants people to follow him, he wants people to come see him and everything, he just needs to stream a bunch and he needs to advertise and not try and take my damn streamers. My followers, I mean. Like what I do. Like Eldon. Right when I saw he was streaming, I put him up, okay, over there. I went in there and I said, hey man, I got you up in the back of my stream. Like, I'm just letting him know I got you. So if you look at my stream, you can see Eldon Solo. Now what that does is it lets him and anybody that he knows that know that I stream, but I don't say nothing else about it. You know? I just want him to know I'm keeping him in mind, you know? So, what? We had some goofy people on today talking a bunch of trash, fighting back and forth. Being a little silly. Like, I always help my friends out and I'll let people know, like, hey, this guy streams. He's been hanging out again, you know? If there's somebody hasn't been around for like 6 months, I'm not going to be talking about them. Like, I'm visible streams, you know, so, you know, go follow Invisible. He's a cool guy. He's a nice guy. You know, say stuff like that or whatever, and then now it's like you don't even need to go in here and try and snipe my shit because I already called you out. Not called you out, but I already shouted you out. So your job's done. You don't need to keep talking about it. You know? It's handled.
The mother pumpkin. The mother pumpkin looks to...
My baby! Thank you,
Graham.
Thank you, Graham. Here, take this. Maybe this useless trinket of Haggadis will be of some use to you. Serves you right for not enabling me to protect my kids.
The pumpkin hands you a gold brooch with a beautiful blue sapphire.
Man, you gotta keep your head up though, dude. Keep your head up. Like you're a cool guy. I like you. You know, you're good at video games.
Is there anything more I can do for you?
Keep your head up, keep moving forward. It'll all figure itself out, you know?
He is feeling a bit poorly. After all, living in a bowl ain't too good for your health, you know?
No, I
Living
did
in a
not
bowl.
know that. What would make your baby feel better?
Fresh water, naturally.
Of course.
Not too sweet, though. In fact, the more bitter, the better. My children are very particular about what they drink.
I will see what I can do.
Yeah, but the part that's hand-eye coordination, I can tell that you got down from watching you play Roblox, you know? But...
A large lemon tree grows by the path. You reach out and pluck a large, juicy lemon from the tree.
Yeah, I've been playing some Roblox. Well, see, that's why you're good at it, man. You play the shit out of that game. You play Roblox more than I play any other games. You're probably better at Roblox than how good I am at any game. It's good to find stuff that you like,
fill
man.
the bowl with the fresh spring
Something
water.
that speaks to you. Excuse me.
After using your sword to cut the lemon's surface, you squeeze some of its juice into the bowl. Then you discard the lemon.
Sweet. We need to save it when we get to the damn pumpkins. Because I keep forgetting to save that enchanter, that bad enchanter dude. He could come by anytime. Mess me up, cast a spell on me. At 3 o'clock, we're going to play War of Thunder if YOLO comes on. Which means that I probably need to get to a point where I can try and install it. As well, you know.
You pour the bitter water over the baby pumpkin. It seems to like that.
Thank you again, Graham. Here, take this.
The pumpkin reaches into her head and pulls out a candle. It hands to you.
That thing has been jammed in my head for as long as I can remember. I know it ain't much, but maybe you'll find some use for it.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Besides, it's really hard for me to sleep with that thing lit up inside my head all night.
I love that he's playing Mega Man. I love Mega Man.
Agatha has been talking about you. I heard her mention your name while she was muttering to herself. She does that when she's inspected her valuables. Anyway, I'd stay clear out of her way if I were you.
I appreciate the advice.
Oh, well, hey, man, have a good time at lunch.
You've given your candle away.
Thanks for hanging out.
What do you want to do? Turn me into a pumpkin?
It's good to chat with you, you know. It's good to hear how you're doing.
Blame the dwarf. He's earned himself a bad reputation from the day he moved here. Pity no one can catch him, not even Hagatha.
If I may ask,
I appreciate all you've done, Graham, but I want to spend some quality time with my children. Now be a good boy and run some other errand.
Alright.
The small pond is a beautiful feature in this part of the forest. You imagine a variety of bird life would find this a very suitable place to travel for the breeding season.
Let's see here. Dude, I'm gonna be streaming for a long ass time because Fallout 76 comes out at 10 o'clock tonight. So it's just gonna be a lot of streaming.
You have run into it.
Damn, Enchanter almost got me again.
It is a baby bird, and
it's the ugly duckling.
Don't the best place to attempt that. You walk into position and you throw the net over the pond, and the baby bird is caught unharmed.
But yeah, dude, hey man, I'd love to chat with you more later. You know, you're totally welcome. It'd be awesome to see. Awesome to chat with you some more. Let me know what you have for lunch and if it's good or not.
You release the little bird into the
oh, yay! Aw.
A white feather lies on the ground near the pond.
Yeah, we're gonna play the shit out of Fallout 76 tonight. I mean, I might take a nap in preparation for it. Just stay up. I don't know, probably not. Probably try to go play for like an hour or two, go to sleep at normal time, and then I wake up in the morning. I'll just play it all day tomorrow. Is my guess, but but all right.
You have come upon a quick little dwarf.
A damn little dwarf. I think there's a bridge down here. Across this chasm. Excuse me, there we go.
Incredible. The door you have discovered has taken on the appearance of a face. It is silent, however, and almost seems to be waiting for something. It is a stone.
Greetings. I am King Graham of Daventry. Would you, by any chance, know of the way to a strange island on which stands a quartz tower in which a beautiful woman is being held captive?
You feel more than a little foolish. Surely a door, even one with a face, would neither hear nor understand you.
I am the door of destiny. I am sought out by many, found by few, and opened by none so far. For indeed, only once can I be opened. Such is the magic that I am. Through me will you find the destiny you seek, if you cannot perform a task.
Anything!
You feel intense exuberance that you have come so close to your goal in such a short time.
You must bring me the gems of nature.
I beg your pardon?
The stone door rumbles from deep within. For a time, it says nothing. And then...
Gems of 3 I ask of thee to fetch, collect, and bring to me. In water shall you find the first, though not the type to quench your thirst. Spy the second, high in the sky. With wings or no, thou still must fly. Through swampy mire, so it is heard, in lone dark castle lies the third. Should you succeed, my noble king, to your fair maiden I will bring. I warn you though, you should beware. A danger cloaked awaits you there.
Without warning, the stony face falls silent. As you watch, it gradually smooths out to become the mountainside face once more.
Well, dang.
You notice that within the door, 3 shallow indentations have sunk into the rock's surface. Presumably, the 3 gems of nature must fit here. Now all you have to do is find them. How did that poem go again?
We're screwed. Now there's a
piece
note.
of paper has blown here in the wind. You're not.
Oh, come on, you can't walk up to it.
The paper is torn
Excuse me.
and dirty. It looks like a flyer of some sort. You smooth out the torn and tattered paper and read, "Curios I have, to the town do come. Awaiting I am."
Dang. Alright, we're going to town. We're going to town. We're going. Gonna see what's around. We're going. Don't let me down. We're going to town.
A townsperson wandered. The merchant has a distinct out-of-town appearance and a get-out-of-town.
Greetings again, merchant.
Yes, many greetings. Need you have now for my wares of great specialty?
What wares do you sell, good merchant?
For yourself, behold them.
You look over the merchant's wares of great specialty and quickly reevaluate them as junk.
You seem to have quite a selection of, well, quite a selection.
A keen eye have you. In an item or two provoke interest, I might?
A daunting task. Rather, by all means.
This I have.
You appraise the object he holds up to you. It is a simple shell, intricately fashioned into the shape of a cone. The workmanship is unlike anything you have ever seen.
Fascinating. Where did you find such a thing?
Oh, old it is. from ancient times descends. Valuable, without question. Royal property, former, to be sure.
You consider his story. Then you begin wondering which beach he found it on. It is simply an
If I were to, say, purchase the shell, what would it cost?
A trifle would you expend? 7 golds.
I fear that I did not bring any money.
Curiosity, I find, in one who travels but with nothing to barter brings.
Good point.
Might you trade the shell comb for something?
The merchant ponders over this for a moment.
Of value, many things are. Of fancy, only one I have.
And that is?
Pearls.
I was looking at headphones. Sorry, got distracted.
From curiosity, have you knowledge of the speaking pumpkin that once sat here? Misplaced it has become.
Speaking pumpkin? Oh, that. No, I do not see it anywhere. Sorry.
You do not feel like doing business with the merchant.
Is this yours?
Ah, keen eyes you have. For that, a reward shall you receive.
And that would be?
The pleasure you will have in doing business with me.
Would you be interested in this pearl?
Indeed, I would. In return, the shell I present to you. May you be always groomed well.
The merchant grabs the pearl and tosses the shell comb to you. Then he saunters off. History will decide how greatly you were just swindled.
Oh, what a beauty. This will be worth a fortune back home.
Alright. Let's go back into the library. What's up, girl? Give me a book.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
Oh man, she's frumpy. I didn't see her earlier. This short little squatty librarian.
There!
The librarian has played. This book is entitled Way Below Your League, a look at sentient aquatic life. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt. You have nothing.
Alright. Let's go get the gym, baby. Let's... Whoa, hey now. Let's go get the gem. Aww. Let go. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, horsey?
This horse must have skipped lunch.
Oh, it's hungry. Hungry, hungry horsies. Alright, we're gonna go to the mer people. The mermaid people. King Neptune is their king. So we gotta go to the beach. El Don Solo over here, straight killing them with fire. He just died. He's a good dude, though. What's up, mermaid?
As you walk towards the mermaid, she tenses suddenly. Clearly, while she finds you to be a somewhat interesting and perhaps amusing creature, she still does not trust you in the slightest. A mermaid basks on a nearby rock. Her long, flowing hair extends over most of her upper body. The green scales on her lower body sparkle as she basks in the sun. You say a few
How come
words
she ain't
to
got
the
no bra on?
mermaid. It quickly becomes apparent to you that she cannot understand your strange speech, let alone speak it. You hold out the shell comb in your hand. Clear recognition shines from the mermaid's delicate features. She hesitates a moment, then cautiously extends her arm, hands open expectantly. You gently place the shell comb in her palm. The mermaid examines it and smiles. She removes an opal necklace from around her neck and hands it to you. After a moment of admiring her once lost possession, she looks at you with anticipation. You attempt to charade the act of going underwater to the mermaid. She regards you with a look of puzzlement. Just when the whole demonstration becomes too embarrassing to continue, she suddenly dives into the
Take me
sea
to your
and
leader.
swims right up to you.
Bro, she giving me them kissies.
After giving you a rather intense kiss, the mermaid dives under the water again. You wonder where she has disappeared to. Then suddenly, you feel a pulling at your legs. The mermaid holds on to you, keeping you from resurfacing. You struggle instinctively while trying to hold your breath, but she will not let go. You know you are going to black out soon.
No, because she gave me that necklace.
Wait a minute. You're still breathing. How can this be? Could it have been the mermaid's kiss? Speaking of which, where has she gone to this time? It is a simple but carefully woven pendant of seagrass. A shiny opal dangles from it. The diamond and sapphire earrings are very delicate. Each earring has a large sapphire surrounded by glittering diamonds. The candle is...
the candle, that's right.
Well, this is a new experience. The seahorse willingly allows you to climb upon its back. You slide into the little saddle and take up the reins in your hands. You just hope this creature knows where it is taking you.
We have 3 games we have to beat today. Doki Doki Literature Club, King's Quest 2, and Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards Reloaded.
A massive stone archway. Passing through it, you notice it is covered with many different intricate symbols, none of which you recognize. Mer writing, perhaps? As you emerge on the other side of the arch, a grand sight greets your eyes.
What's up, King Neptune?
You have entered an aquatic throne room. As one would expect, such a place has a throne of sorts, but what you see seated in it takes your breath away, if that still applies. It is unmistakably the ruler of the Mer people, the king of this watery world, known by many names. Neptune is the one by which he is best known to your kind.
Alright, let's see here.
You bow before the king. He returns the gesture with a lowering of his own head. You open your mouth to speak, but only a bubble emerges. It begins floating up to the surface. You watch as your air bubble divides in two. Incredibly, each half maintains its semi-spherical shape. You take the half bubbles in your hands and position them respectively near your mouth and ear. A deep, elegant voice instantly booms from them.
You are welcome here, human.
Thank you. I am King Graham of Daventry.
Your courtesy depicts your stature. What is it you seek here?
You explain that you are seeking the 3 gems of nature, and that you believe one of them to be somewhere in this realm. You demonstrate the approximate size and shape of the gem, then mention the Door of Destiny and what you hope to find on the other side.
My bride.
I do have that which you are seeking, and know of the Door of Destiny. It is very old. Its origin is known to but a few. What I possess was known to the ancients as the Birth Gem. In the realm of the Mer people, it is called the Water Gem, for without water, life cannot begin.
Might I have this gem, Your Majesty?
I shall let you have the gem, but first I must ask you to earn it.
There's always a catch.
Performing a service for me.
You are about to say anything, but then remember what you heard the last time you said that word to the stone door. Instead, you just nod and allow Neptune to continue.
My trident, the symbol of my power and the strength of my people, has been stolen.
A faint mumbling can be heard through the ear half of your bubble. This event is obviously of concern to those in attendance.
It is believed that one of our allies and neighbors have taken advantage of the Mer people's kindness, and that their own king now has possession of the trident. If you can reclaim it in the name of the Mer people, I will grant you ownership of the Water Gem. Will you do this, King Graham?
The murmuring has stopped. All are awaiting your response.
I would be honored to reclaim your trident, Your Majesty.
My sentries will escort you to the border between our 2 kingdoms. You may continue to use that steed to hasten your journey. It is my best. My sincerest hopes that you do not fall victim to the Sharkies.
As you prepare yourself for this new quest, a sudden pang of apprehension seizes you. Did the king just say Sharkies, as in sharks?
Your Majesty, is there anything you can tell me about the Sharkies?
They are large, fierce, and carnivorous.
Anything else?
They are always hungry.
Anything that might be of benefit?
Like something to help you live longer?
I do recall that they have poorer vision than we Mer people do, as they dwell in the darker waters.
So I might have a chance were I to encounter one.
You can always hope.
That was not inspiring.
Why was your trident stolen?
That is a matter of great concern to me. Should the Sharky King determine the trident's nature, he would assuredly bring about the deaths of countless Mer people,
I shall return as soon as I am able, Your Majesty.
Good luck.
As you depart the underwater kingdom, you see 2 guards waiting to escort you to the Sharky's realm.
Let's go.
The sentries swiftly guide you along the bottom of the seabed, descending into much darker, colder water. After keeping pace with them for what seems like an eternity, you notice a forebodingly dark area looming closer and closer. You have arrived at the border of the Sharky's kingdom. This is as far as the sentries will take you. One of the guards salutes you, then they both head back to the safety of their own waters. You're on your own from here, Graham.
We're gonna save it in case something happens, because I don't want to have to go through them talking
in a
again.
big hurry to get out of here.
We're gonna go Sharkies. Okay, it was, let's see. We'll go over here to the ship.
Debris from a wrecked vessel lies strewn and half buried on the seabed. Seeing no remains of the crew, you wonder if they were eaten before or after they drowned. You need to get... You need... Examining the heavily waterlogged remnants of the vessel, you notice an old antique bottle, half buried in the sand. With great difficulty, you lean over in your saddle and manage to scoop it up. You remove the cloth from the bottle. It is a large...
That works. I love that they did this game in VGA. I love it.
This underwater realm belongs to the Sharkies. The water drops noticeably in temperature as you progress further into it. There are bound to be sentries on patrol around here, so you remind yourself to be alert. The western wall is but an illusion. You easily pass through it into a series of caves and tunnels on the other side.
See the little hint, you can see the fish going into the wall and stuff.
You cannot see a thing. You'll need to find some sort of light source before you are able to proceed. It's pitch black in here. These small, luminescent fish are feeding on a strange-looking plant. There is nothing of interest lying on... You can't reach the... You need... You sluggishly attempt to grab some of the small fish in your... There is nothing of interest. You lean over and pick some of the grass, which grows in between the rocks. You stuff the sugary grass into the empty bottle and push it all the way to the bottom. You place the baited bottle on the seabed, close to the luminescent fish. A few of the glowing fish are now swimming around inside the bottle.
Guess who has a light source? We have a light source.
You take the bottle.
Alright, we in the cave.
A large opaque shell seemingly blocks a tunnel to the north. Whatever lies in that direction must be very important. You slide your blade through a small gap in the door and pull with all your might. It is difficult handling your weapon underwater, and you realize that combat will not be an option. So if it ever comes to that, you are in big trouble. As you open the door, ample light floods into the underwater cave, and you are now able to make your way around without the glowing fish.
I'm watching Don Solo over here a little bit too. Alright, let's roll. Dang! King Sharky. They're like half mermaid,
Oh no,
half
the
Sharky.
seahorse has followed you. Let's hope it doesn't give your presence away. You are safely concealed behind the remnants of a stone archway. This is fortunate, as the king of the Sharkies is also here. Aside from his menacing appearance, he also seems to be in a very bad mood.
I do not understand it. It should work for me. Is it not written that Trident's power can only be wielded by those of goodwill? Well, is it not?
The king's aides nod fervently.
And do I not possess the greatest will in this kingdom? No one can best me in battle. My resolve is unshakable. No amount of bleeding can dissuade me from slaughtering my enemies. Does this not signify that my will is the best there is?
The Sharky King's aides seem all too willing to agree.
Then why does it not work?
You watch carefully as the Sharky King taps 4 shells in order around the arch.
It matters not. Tomorrow we invade the Mer People's territory. For without the Trident's power, that old fool Neptune and his weakling followers will fall before our might. Goodwill. Ha! Mine is superior to all.
As he leaves,
This guy's
the
full of
Sharky
himself.
King motions for his guards to remain.
Okay, so now we're get the damn trident, fool.
Having an idea, you approach your somewhat reluctant steed and slap him hard on the back. Look at him go. The guards are momentarily distracted. Now is your chance. You push on the shell. It You were never any good with this sort of thing at school. Having an idea, you approach your somewhat reluctant steed and slap him hard on the back. Look at it. You push on the shell.
Something wasn't working. We'll just hit the damn skip button, I guess.
Without delay, you snatch up the trident before the guards return to their posts. It appears as if the guards are losing interest. Oh no, the seahorse has followed you all the... You remount the seahorse. Your seahorse glides onward, flicking its little tail faster than ever. You grip the reins tightly, glancing nervously over your shoulder every so often to check for pursuing sentries. As you make distance, your anxiety melts into relief. But it is to be short-lived.
Oh, shit. Oh, good lord.
Finally, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You quickly make a dash for the exit. As you emerge, you realize you have only seconds before the guards come out after you. And even if you could outrun them, you're sure the commotion would attract the sentry's attention. Then you'd be in real trouble. Suddenly, you hear a strange voice in your head.
He of noble and goodwill, royal trident thou may wield.
You wonder what that did, if anything at all. Oh. The trident guides you back to Neptune's realm.
Sweet.
You approach the king. He smiles and graciously accepts his trident from you. Then he calls everyone to attention.
To commemorate the return of my trident, and to honor King Graham's success, I hereby call for a celebration.
The celebration lasts for some time. You eat, drink, and have a merry time with many of the mer people. After a few hours, the festivities wind down, and you finally have a chance to speak with Neptune alone.
The gems of nature represent the 3 stages of life. Water gives birth to life, and thus what I have given you is the first of 3. Second is the growth gem, or air gem, for air sustains life and permits it to grow.
How might I find the growth gem?
I know only that its location is as far above the surface of the land as we are below it. Beyond that, I cannot aid you.
Dang, man!
A smirk crosses Neptune's face momentarily.
You might say that air is not exactly my element.
You decide that the beverages consumed were to blame for that one.
And the third gem, Your Majesty?
Third is the death gem. The completion of life and the natural order of things. The Door of Destiny understands this now, as did the ancients who imprisoned the soul within. As for that gem's location, I had hoped you would have no business venturing to the castle. Colima was once ruled from that place, but sadly her people have not seen their lord for quite some time. But if you please, I would prefer not to dwell upon this subject. You have done me a great service this day, and I thank you. Good luck, King Graham, and good speed.
You depart the underwater kingdom and head back towards the surface. What an incredible experience. You are certain you'll never forget the adventure you just had. Additionally, you have acquired one of the gems. As you resurface, you realize that the magic which allowed you to breathe underwater has now subsided.
Oh man! We just gotta go kiss more mermaids. Got him.
One of the pickets has fallen loose from the rickety fence. The fallen picket feels reasonably sturdy and is pointed at one end. Believing that you may find a use for it, you retrieve it and carry it with you.
Alright, now we can go take the cloth over to the hay guy, because he's got to blow his nose. Going back to town. We're going back to town. Man, Eldana's having a tough time with this level that he's on. Alright.
It is likely that this haystack was piled here by the haystack, or rather, who...
Here. This might help your sneezing.
Oh, thanks. Here, you can have this back now.
You retrieve the partially used cloth from the haystack.
Feel better?
Yeah, it's so good to be able to
Hey, needle in a haystack.
A shiny silver needle lays on the ground near the haystack. You take the silver needle.
It's time to go back to the library again. We gotta read us another book. We's gonna read a book. About 2 hours into it, huh? I'll probably just play through this and
Could you
beat
recommend
this.
another good book?
We're probably about halfway through, I guess.
There!
The librarian has placed the... This book is entitled Legends. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Daventry's first king. Legitimor. Huh.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
There!
This book is entitled Power, Politics, and Pulpits. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Oh, shit. Come on. Alright, fine. You're a heathen. Huh. Let's go to
The door of the antique shop is your gateway to the priceless treasures beyond. Maybe.
Maybe.
afternoon. What can I do for you, dear?
Hello. Do you sell anything that would aid in ascent of a mountain?
Unfortunately, I do not sell climbing equipment, or anything of that sort. This is really a specialist store.
Oh.
However, I do have an item which you might find useful. This lamp is said to contain a genie. Never tried it myself, of course. I do not believe in using magic to solve my problems. Nature has made us as we are, and we should be glad of that.
Uh-huh. How much for the lamp?
The old lady hesitates. You sense she wants more from you than your money. You hope it is not anything that you will regret.
Well, seeing as how you are a man who seems adept at taking care of himself, perhaps you could do a small favor for me?
Somehow, you knew she was going to say that.
I once owned a beautiful nightingale, quite rare around here, but the sentimental value far outweighs its monetary worth. That foul old witch Hagatha has stolen it from me, probably to use in some concoction or another.
Her nose screws up in disgust.
So, if you could be a sweetie and retrieve it for me, I will trade you. The lamp for the bird. Agreed?
Well, I will see what I can do.
Do be careful. If Agatha should spot you out of her good eye, then you'll be in for it.
Oh, her good eye. I swear that little guy up there looks like he's from Space Quest. I wonder if they didn't do...
Apparently, this interesting-looking item is a Model DX cartridge retrieval unit. Quite a useful little device. In another time and place.
That's from Space Quest.
You are inside a cute little antique shop. Obviously, the Swiss haven't quite got the idea yet. It is a tiny harp. How cute! It is a red sorcerer's hat. A strange cylindrical and slender container sits high upon the shelf.
7-Up.
You are inside. There are a large and incredibly hefty-looking mallet is propped up against the shelf. A small engraving on its head reads, Broggy. Some old shields are lying around in the antique shop. Ah, Dragonfire! Oh, no, wait. It's just a mounted dragon head. Whew.
We're making fun of Quest for Glory. Oh, okay, yeah, it's over here. Okay, goobered up. There we go. Let's see, another cave.
Unless you are mistaken, the symbol above the cave entrance bears a striking similarity to a bat. A shiver runs down your spine as you look at it. It's almost as if some dark force were radiating from it.
Oh, as if, like, we're gonna die if we just go walk right in there?
Cave, the bat symbol above the entrance starts radiating an ominous black glow. You saw black glow. You did not slow. Turned not away. As you...
Okay.
Throwing that away would be like throw. This skull already. As you attempt to place the birth gem into the skull, you discover that it does not.
Pop it into place, baby. Bing, bing, bing.
You gently tap the birth gem with the mallet, hoping not to break it. It budges only slightly. You give it a harder hit. It moves a bit more. You hold your breath and give the gem an almighty thwack. It pops into the skull.
Now you can turn him.
As you face the skull towards the image of the bat above the cave, you notice that its wing.
Bink, bink.
You turn the rightmost skull so that it faces the bat symbol above the cave entrance. The power of the two skulls combined has caused the bat symbol to disappear. You sense whatever danger it represented has now subsided. As you enter, you are almost overwhelmed by the foul stench which molests your nostrils. It is obviously coming from whatever Hagatha is cooking in that large cauldron of hers. There are some things of interest on the other side of the cave, but you have no means of crossing over there safely at this time. A caged nightingale sits on the floor near the northern cave wall. The light from outside barely penetrates the interior of this cave. So long as you keep your distance, Hagatha shouldn't notice you.
So, witch?
A simple but elegant. You need to get. A simple being as quiet as a mouse. You slide your hand inside the cloak to discover a deep pocket. Amongst sticky and disgusting spell ingredients, you find a tiny silver key and a peculiar golden ring-shaped device. There is nothing else inside. There is nothing else. A gilded cage sits to one side of the cave. A beautiful nightingale flits nervously inside. The cage is locked and chained securely to the wall. You need... You silently
What's up,
drop the
YOLO?
cloth over the cage.
What's going on, man? Okay, so now we should be able to use the key to unlock
You
it.
slide the silver key into the lock. It fits. You turn it silently, and the chain falls to the ground. Without making a sound, you
The fluid of
Uh-oh.
blood with bone and well, you are the gentleman, saving me a lot of trouble by coming here.
That was really weird that she saw me. But oh well, it's always
You
cool
wandered
to see the
into
cool
witch's
deaths.
lair, and where you stood gave not a care.
Let's get back up here.
A
Well,
simple but
it's
elegant black cloak hangs on a stand.
You're the same guy. You're the same character, but you are
quiet as a mouse. You slide your.
We already did this. But you are a you're in a different land now, doing different stuff. But it's the same graphic style.
You
VGA.
silently drop the cloth over the cage.
Okay, we do the cloth. Now we can do the key. We're gonna play that War Thunder here in a little bit, bud.
You slide the silver key into the.
Okay, now take the. Okay, I don't know why that killed me last time. It's probably because I should have walked like in like a loop.
You hear.
The fluid of blood with bone and flesh.
Yeah. Okay. We did it better that time.
You cannot remove the birth gem while the blue light.
Okay, we should be able to use the mallet to knock the damn skull out. Boink!
You strike
There
the
we go.
skull with all your strength, and it shatters easily. The birth gem clatters to the ground, along with a multitude of bone fragments.
Okay.
Shards of bone litter the ground. The birth gem lies among them. You reacquire the birth gem.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, man, we can go ahead and do it right now. We can do War Thunder right now.
You remove the cloth.
Move the cloth from the cage and look at
Looking
it.
at the bottom of the cage, you find that a letter has become stuck to it.
Oh.
You peel it off.
Okay, well, let's read the letter
This
real quick, and then we have to go back to town,
The
so we'll just
paper
save
is
it right
slightly
now.
crumpled and dirty, having some. You read.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, give me a. Yeah, Glider came in. Yeah, we had some people in here for Doki Doki today, and Glider was like, "Hey, fuck y'all," and he hit to 100 right away. But yeah, hey, get me a link for that War Thunder game. Where I can download it for PC. My dear sister, it has been a while since my last letter to you, and quite an age since we last spoke. Such are the busy lives we lead. In order preoccupation with eliminating your competition, I wish you well in that ongoing endeavor. As for my part, the servant I have owned for the past 17 years is soon to come of age. It will almost be a shame to kill this one, for he is quite adept at his chores, but the tradition must be observed at all times. I shall require a replacement in the not-too-distant future. Perhaps I should think up a new name for my next slave, though it is that much easier when I need only remember one. I've asked the father to notify me at once should he hear of any likely candidates. Speaking of which, though it is in no way my place to question the will of the father, for surely he has the best interest of all of his followers at heart, does he not spend so much time locating that item of legend which he has been seeking for almost a millennium? While he is not to be second-guessed, I do wonder, is he so assured of its existence that he is willing to turn his attention away from his flock for so long? So these are Satanists, because he's the devil. So, as for our remote brother, he seems increasingly interested in the ladies these days. I believe he has his eye on a royal couple who are expected to conceive a girl within the year. Or so the signs say. I must confess, if he's prepared to wait so many long years for the child's maturation before abducting her, then he has far more patience than I. I await your reply to your sister and hope that this letter finds you well. If you have the chance to speak with the father, perhaps you will inquire of his commitment to this item he seeks. I would advise the utmost discretion, naturally. Your loyal and by far the better sibling, M.
The letter puzzles you.
That M witch, we're going to see her in the next game. M. Alright, cool. Well, let's go play War Thunder.
Do you wish to cease our adventuring?
Windows. We're using Windows. So let's go find us some War Thunder. Bink, 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 bink. Bink, 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 bink. Okay, game. About the game. Download game. PC, Windows. Yep. Okay. English. Install. Oh shit. Alright, well let me kill the stream and I'm gonna switch so I can switch the title over to War Thunder. I'll be right back.